Good morning, children. Myself, Mrs. Taruja Dhiren Yadne. I am working as an assistant teacher in HL English Medium High School. I teach English and Social Studies. Children, in this video, we are going to study history. History of Standard 7. First lesson of history, that is sources of history. The period from the 9th century CE till the end of the 18th century CE is known as a medieval period of Indian history. History gives us chronological, scientific, and systematic account of a past events. Individual, society, place, and time are important in the study of history. History must be based on authentic evidence, which are known as sources of history. Before using, it is necessary to check the authenticity of sources by proper analysis. These sources are classified into three types: material sources, written sources, and oral sources. First, we are going to study material sources. Material sources are the sources which can be seen with the help of open eyes and which can be visited and check the authenticity of that sources. For example, forts, monuments, memorials, buildings, caves, sculptures, inscriptions, coins, and copper plates are known as the material sources. Forts, memorials, and buildings provide insight about the period, gives us idea about the development of the architectural style, the quality of art, economical condition, and the standard of living of the people in the particular period. We learn about the ruler, their period governance, religious ideas, and personal details. We also learn about the financial condition, economical condition, progress of particular area, religious coordination, and language of that particular time. An inscription. What is meant by inscription? It is nothing but a carving which is done either on a stone or on a wall, which is one of the reliable kind of source which help us to know the language, the script, and the social life of that time. Generally, all these inscriptions are written on the copper plate. So copper plates are considered as very important material sources. Next kind of source is known as a written sources. The sources which are available in the writing form with the help of a particular script, with the help of a particular language, and which gives us the information of a particular time in the written form is known as a written sources. For example, different documents. The great epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, different travelogues. These are the examples of written sources. Documents of proceedings in the royal courts, judicial verdicts, then Shakhavali, dispatches, different treaties, biographies, travelogues, and chroniques. These are the examples of written sources. Tawarik or a Tariq and Bakr were written source of the medieval period. These sources are written either in Devanagari script, Arabic script, Persian script, Modi script, or in Sanskrit. So, with the help of written sources, children, we come to know about the scripts and the language of a particular time. From these written sources, we get information about their diet, their attire, their conventions, and rules of conduct of the people, life of people in general, and we also come to know about their festivals. Biographies and correspondence of the rulers help us to understand their policies, their administrative system, and their diplomatic relation with the other rulers. Tawarikh or a Tariq is a chronicle events. Bakar is also chronicle that originated in Maharashtra. These chronicles help us in understanding contemporary political happenings, language, cultural life, and social conditions. However, many Bakars were written many years after the events had occurred, and hence they were based on hearsays. So sometimes we cannot trust them. The works of contemporary Western histories like Robert Arm, then Grant Dove, they are also very important sources. Third kind of source is known as the oral source. What is meant by oral source? Oral sources are the sources which can be transformed from one generation to another generation orally. For example, folk songs, gatha, povis, abhangas, povadas, proverbs, myths, legends. These are all examples of oral sources. We understand the aspect of folk life through literature passed from one generation to the generation. Now we must know what kind of precaution one should take before using the source of history. Children, first examining the authenticity whether the source is genuine or fake by applying the different standards. Integrity of writers, their personal interest, the period in which they lived, and the political pressure on the writer. It must be studied properly whether they rely on hearsay or eyewitness account. We need to consider the exaggeration metaphors and other literary devices for used on the sources of history. Verification of information with the other contemporary sources should be studied properly. Their information may be exaggerated, one-sided, or it may be contradictory, subjecting sources to a critical analysis. Author's impartiality and neutrality must be studied. So this precaution one should take before using the sources of history. So children, in this lesson we have studied the three types of history. First of all, let's recap. First thing, this year we are going to study the medieval history of India. Then we have seen the three sources of history, that is material sources, written sources and oral sources. And after that we have discussed about what precaution one should take before using the sources of history. This is all about sources of history. After this, I am going to give you some assignments which you need to write in your classwork notebook. Thank you.